3, 2, 1. We're live.
We're live.
All right, I got the doc here.
Hello there, Brandon.
New management in town. All right, I'll let you introduce yourself so I don't mess it up.
Sure. My name is Doc O'Neill. Brandon, I'm the new Chief Operating Officer for the management team of Cohote and O'Neill that's going to be managing Harrison Hills Golf Club now and for hopefully several years into the future.
Yeah.
We actually came into the fold this past September. Jeff Curtis and the Harrison Steele family hired us to come in this past September to really kind of change the direction somewhat. The golf course over the past few years has probably not reached the levels that they wanted, whether it be a quality standard or just simply getting rounds of golf that they would like to have had over the past few years. So we've come in and we've got a very nice group of people under the Cohote and O'Neill umbrella. We've got about 25 full-time employees, and we own and operate 7 different golf properties. So Jeff and I actually got connected. Jeff Curtis, the president and owner. We actually had spoken on the phone on another property about a year or so ago, and we kind of had apparently a good connection on that phone call. And then he called us this past summer and said, would you have an interest in coming up to Harrison Hills and we'll talk about the possibilities of maybe doing some things or at least partnering together into the future. So we came up, hit it off. Things seemed to go very well. So he brought us onto the team. And what was nice about Brandon was he's a golf guy. He loves golf. We love golf. That's what we do. Yep. And so we came in pretty much, jumped right in. And then our partnership also, Brandon, is with, and which the community is going to be very excited about. We brought in a food group as well called SOMS.
I know a lot of people are pumped about that.
Good. And SOMS has 18 different properties. They now will be in 3 of our golf properties: Prairie View, the golf club at Eagle Point down Bloomington, and here at Harrison Hills in Attica. So they are good partners. My partner, Matt Cohote, and myself have known Ed. In fact, I think maybe Matt's best friend is Ed Somm. So we've known the Somm family for a long time. It made a lot of sense to partner with them. The food and beverage operation there, Brandon, at the club really has been non-existent for the last 5 or 6 years. So I think the community, the golfers, everybody's going to benefit. The
place is looking nice.
Thank you. Yeah. We've undergone a lot of changes and a lot to do yet. We're not there yet, but we're making great progress and very excited about the prospects.
Yeah. And even you guys giving me just the tour, I was like, this is really coming along. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of stuff going on. The bar, the SOMS is reconstructing the bar area and the dining area.
Yeah.
And the old banquet room, which we now call the Great Room, all that's taken on a new face. We've new carpet. We've repainted. We've brought in new people, and it's just kind of electric over there right now. The golf shop looks great. We brought in a new head PGA professional by the name of Steve Kishore. Great young man.
He's very nice.
He's a great guy. Thank you. And we're very excited to have him. Our son, Colin O'Neill, is our vice president of operations. So he'll be really day to day, and I'll stop over as needed. I typically come over about 2 or 3 days a week. So we have a lot of hands-on presence. And then, of course, when SOMS kicks into gear, which will probably be the first week or 2 of March, they'll be 7 days a week. So come on over and eat.
I will be there. You can count on that. I'm excited for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, another thing that I guess kind of right before we got started too was talking about the drone stuff. It's like, what were you thinking on that?
Well, the drone, one nice thing when it comes to all of the marketing, and we do a tremendous amount of marketing because we have a marketing team as part of our company. Mm-hmm. And we have a communication manager, Sarah, who does a fabulous job. And we've really had to grow pretty quickly, Brandon, because we used to have 3 or 4 properties, and now with 7, we had to really meet those objectives with bringing in new personnel. So we brought in some youth, and the youth is very centered on and focused on whether it be social media or new ways of marketing and promoting your product or your property.
Yeah.
And so we came in and we've done a lot of whether it be website development or just general marketing in a sense.
Yeah.
But one of the things right down your alley is the drone. Mm-hmm. And a lot of properties will take a drone, they will fly the golf course, fly the property. And for those people who might be 200 miles away and never been to Harrison Hills or Attica, they can say, it looks like a pretty neat place. I'm going to get on the website and look at the drone footage, and you can really tell the story with the drone flying the entire golf course, talking to either having a music over, a voiceover, or whatever it might be. And
would love to do it.
Yeah, there you go. So that's where we're here. We're talking about stuff that can really make it better. So the drone really, I think, provides an opportunity for people to see the property having not been here before.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and any way that I can, you know, I'm a sucker for getting the drone out and doing that kind of stuff anyway. So I mean, you already know that. But.
Well, and it's a great way, especially as you go through the seasons, and you can do a fall thing when you're doing special events or whatever it might be. I mean, people like places where people are.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if we're going to have a food and beverage operation and it's busy up there, we want to show that activity. We're going to have an outdoor covered area over the patio where people can sit out in the evenings and have, you know, dinner or come by for breakfast or lunch or whatever. So people want to feel that energy. And I think we've created a lot of it. The family, the Harrison Steele family that owns Harrison Hills Golf Club, they're very excited because there's a chance it might reach its potential, whatever that might be.
Right.
But we're taking strides to get there. And I think with the 1,000 new members that we've gotten and more to come, it should be a very busy place.
1,000.
We picked up 1,000 new members so far. We're trying to get to about 1,500 roughly. And so we're going to be shutting off the campaign here in about a month. So with that, though, you got more food and beverage, you got more merchandising, you got more people hitting range balls on the practice tee, you got more people playing golf, more people using the pool. So it just creates more activity, and that's really what you want.
Right.
So
yeah, definitely. And I mean, I've heard nothing but I mean, good.
Have you?
I mean, yeah,
good.
Like, and I mean,
not just from us.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think you could already tell. I mean, I just kind of mentioned today, but you know, like if it, you know, I wouldn't bullshit you on it. Like, no, it's been really good, and I've heard a lot of talk about it, and not that there was maybe no talk before, but you know, it wasn't anything that people talked about much, and now, you know, and maybe it is just because I'm a little bit more involved in the community than I have been in previous years, but as that's kind of developing, that's been one of the main focal points, and it came at a very interesting time for Attica, I think, you know, because Attica is kind of at this pivotal moment now, like with this HGTV campaign that they're doing. This is a big thing. They're talking about the Harrison House Airbnb thing, and so it's like everything's kind of coming to life all at once.
Well, you know, it's a neat community, a lot of nice people, and we talk about it a lot within our own company. We have, of these 7 properties, there's places where you really enjoy going because the people are nice and they're welcoming and they're appreciative of your effort. And this is one of those places we love coming. So that's why you see me over here quite a bit, because I like coming here.
Yeah.
But and Jeff Curtis, he's become someone I've really enjoyed working with. He's very well respected in the community, and a great guy. And he, like I said before, he loves golf, so he wants to see this work. And the family, I mean, they've put a lot of time and effort and money into this property for a long time, and it would be nice to have a year that they can really be proud of, and see all the people coming out to eat and drink and play golf and just socialize and have some leisure time at the club.
Yeah, so, absolutely. And I mean, they've done a lot for the community as well.
I know they have.
You know, I mean, everybody that you talk to that, you know, that has been a recipient of that, they're always very, very grateful, and they always speak really highly of them.
Well, you know, Attica, and I'm not really a part of Attica because we live, you know, an hour and a half away, but I'm here quite a bit, as I mentioned. But, you know, the pulse of the community sometimes beats to how Harrison Steele's doing. And Harrison Steele is a critical component of this community. So you want to see them grow, and you want to see them doing well, because it's very meaningful to this city. So, yeah. And I know there's a lot of talk about redevelopment and doing a lot of things and you gotta have that forward thinking. Otherwise you get a little bit complacent, you get a little bit stale,
stagnant.
Stagnant. And but right now I mean, you can feel it. I mean, you can just feel it in the community. When we had our open house back in November, one of the jokes amongst the family was that when they got there that evening at 6 o'clock, would there be any cars in the parking lot? And it was unbelievable, Brand. We had the open house, kind of introduced ourselves and what our plan was, and it was just a cold November night, 6 p.m. to 7:30, one of those type of things, food and drink. And when most of the family got there, they couldn't find a place to park. We had 160 people there that night, just for an open house to have a little talk. You know,
that's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
And so they were excited about that. I think that for the first time they thought, boy, this is real. This could be happening. Yeah. So I think now with the membership activity, bringing Psalms in, bringing us in, you know, it's just going in a little bit different direction, and
Right.
and sometimes you need that. So
Yeah, and it's cool as like this podcast itself is still in the beginning stages, but as
Yep.
it unfolds, you know, and seeing the ability to interact with so many different people on a, you know, at scale.
Sure.
And as people come to me with different ideas, a lot of times I'm like, I'm not really feeling that. But with this, I've had a ton of people ask me about this.
That'd be good.
Yeah, and people, it's very well received. It feels to me like it's a fresh, a breath of air, kind of blown into the community a little bit.
Well, and it probably, I think, because we have brought in some new groups, some new approaches to doing business. That always, you know, just like that night of the open house, it was different for these people to see different people.
Right.
And it's like, who are these folks? And I think they enjoyed the message.
Yeah.
They like the fact that the community really came out in droves to support it. And now tonight we had and you were you were up there at the club, so you kind of saw it, but we had a kind of an introduction meeting tonight with all the staff for the food and beverage operation. And you think, well, you know, what would that be, 8 or 10 people? No, it's 30 people that were up there.
Yeah.
It's going to be on our food and beverage team. And we were talking about consistency and approach and being positive, and so there's a lot. There'll be some growing pains. There'll be some learning curve, but I think with the fact that we're hiring 30 new people from right here or close to here,
yeah,
that's neat.
That is. That's a great.
Yeah,
that alone is a great accomplishment.
Great for the city, and to give these people an opportunity to work within their community, enjoy what they're doing, you know, serve the community,
yeah,
and give the community a new place to come. And oh, by the way, there's going to be a lot of people playing golf too. So
right.
I think at the, you know, it's talks cheap, and we're kind of in the talking cheap stage right now. but we're hoping in a year, as we look back, we go, man, that's really awesome. And
that's where it started. Yeah.
So
that for me, that's always a really good feeling when you look back, and pretty much everything I do now is kind of in the public eye. So
sure.
I try to really think about that when I say certain things, but there's nothing better than when I'm like, all right, I'm doing this. And then you look back a year and it's like, it went.
It
like
happened.
I did that.
Yeah,
like
right.
That is how it went.
Well, and just like you in the start of your business here with the podcast and what have you, you know, you've got energy, you've got the confidence in yourself. The Harrison Steele family have confidence in Harrison Hills.
Yeah.
They have the confidence to bring us in, and us then bringing Psalms in. So it's just the power of positivity. I mean, we just got a lot of good things going, but it's working because the results have been good so far. So if we can get an early spring and get some people playing golf, people coming out to eat, get the vibe going, get the network working for us, I think it will really take off. And also the neat thing about what we're doing with this membership is we're reaching as far as Champaign, Illinois. So we're reaching out, what would that be, 60 miles or so?
Yeah, probably.
And so it's not just here, but we're bringing new people to the community. And if the community is ever going to grow or continue to get better and better and better as far as what their initiatives are, bringing people from those places to come here and go, oh, that's a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
Because they may not have been here. I had not really spent much time here. And now that I've been here, you know, every other day, it seems like since September, it's kind of growing on me. And we've had a lot of our staff come over, and they've stayed in one of the homes that Harrison Steele owns and rents out. You know, so we've kind of connected with the community. We go to the various places. We like to support businesses in the communities where we work. You know, so we go to the restaurants and we do the things that we're proud to be a part of that community. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, and so I got a question here from Candy Kirkpatrick. Any thoughts on putt for kids or anything like that?
Well, we will have a serious junior golf program, and it will be a couple of things. We'll have probably a PGA Junior League, which is a team concept. It's very neat. They wear golf shirts with numbers on the back. It's something that the PGA of America introduced a few years back. We will also have Operation 36. Steve Kishore, our PGA professional, will work with kids. And how that works is you start off at maybe 20 to 25 yards. And once you're able to shoot 36 and you move back, then you shoot 36, you move back. So it's a way to introduce kids to golf and have fun as opposed to it being painful. I mean, they want to hit balls. They want to have fun, and they want to see the ball go in the hole. So everything will be driven to really a positive, enjoyable experience. We won't necessarily do a putt, but we'll have putting competitions, and you'll have short game competition where they chip and putt. So it'll kind of feel that way. Right. But it's all about really for the kids more than anything, Brandon, is to allow them to have fun. Yeah. And if you go out there and you have 4 kids and they only hit the ball once every 10 minutes, they don't want that. They want to hit it. Right. They want to smack it, and go chase it again. Yeah. And they want to see the ball go in the hole, and they want to laugh, and they want to be with their friends. So you got to create a really enjoyable experience for the kids. Otherwise, they may venture off. So
yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah. And that'd be like probably me going out there. I'd have to join that league.
Yeah, all the kids in Brandon. Yeah,
standing over there in the corner.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's never too late to start, and you can start. Yeah. You need to do that.
I'll get out there, Happy Gilmore style. That's gonna be me. I'll bring my hockey stick.
And right now there's a lot of different things happening in the world of golf to introduce people to golf, like Top Golf. Communities have Top Golf, and it's fun to go, and you don't have to play, but people get introduced to the game, and then all of a sudden they go, I might want to actually go to a golf course. Yeah. So we have a practice area where you can hit balls. We have a short game area where you can chip and putt. Yeah. So you can do all that sort of stuff without being intimidated about going out on the golf course. So if you're uncomfortable, you haven't played much, golf's a novelty to you, there's ways to get started. And it's just a matter of coming out to the club, meeting Steve, our head golf professional, get acclimated, get comfortable. Yeah. It's really, the world of golf is filled with people that don't know how to play. So it's okay. Really.
And I'll say too, it was, for me, I wouldn't say intimidating, but I know me, and like, I'm the hoodie kind of guy. I'm rocking a hat, and I'm coming into Harrison's to talk with a bunch of executives on of like this podcast and things like that. And I was like, man, hopefully these guys don't think I'm a total idiot. And like when I got there, it was super laid back. Yeah. And everybody, I felt like everyone there knew me already. Even the folks that I hadn't met yet, they're like, oh yeah, we know you. And I'm like,
yes, you sure?
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy.
Well, in fact, Jeff Curtis is the one who said you need to talk to Brandon.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, that's at the top. Yeah. So, that's pretty good.
Yeah. It was just, it is such a laid back vibe, and it was not at all what I had expected. I was like, man, when I left, I felt really good. I was like, man, I can tell that I'm already working with good people.
Yeah. They're great people. And we've really been introduced to a good part of the family, and we've met a lot of them at the open house, of course, but they've done extremely well. They're a great company. They've been very successful, but they work hard. Jeff is a very detailed guy, and I like that, because it's really important that from the first impression when you drive in, I mean, we've got a lot of things that will be changing, new signage, new lights, just
even the lights. That was, when he was talking about that.
Yeah. You got to change the look. I mean, people are going to recognize a lot of change, and when they come to the club and they also start to smell food as they drive up, that's going to be a little different. And then see the changes we've made to the golf course with all the tree work we've done, and just a lot of things that will be really at a higher quality than it's ever been before.
Yeah, and I think that the food aspect alone will be a big deal. In fact, Cindy here, she asked, is the restaurant going to be open to the public? Which I guess
most definitely. Yeah. In fact, we want all the public and then all their friends. Yeah. So, and I think listen to the group talk tonight at the meeting. It will be a March 1st or March 15th opening. And yes, I mean, we really hope to be serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A focus will be lunch and dinner, but we'll probably have a nice limited menu for breakfast. But yes, we want everybody and then some to come. And the club is open. It's the public's welcome. Public's welcome to play golf too. And we have a swimming pool, and you can come up. There's a daily rate if you want to just come out to the pool. It's not much. It's like $5. But if people want to come out and eat and socialize, and also we'll be doing some special events and things like that to draw more people from the community. So yeah, come on out and eat.
Yeah, so that's what I'm excited for. From everything I've heard, it's going to be really good food, and that's one thing that they're, and I don't want to put anybody down or anything like that, but I mean, when I think of like, all right, I'm going to go to Lafayette and go to maybe Texas Roadhouse or Outback or something like that. Sure. Just in that price range of that, in that type of meal, it seems like that's probably the dynamic that you guys are going to be hitting.
And it's called Sam's Smokehouse, so it's going to be a brisket, smoke type of product for the most part, but they'll have sandwiches, they'll have hamburgers, they'll have regular type food that you and I might eat besides the smoke type product.
Yeah.
And, but it's, I've been around Sam's all my life for the most part, it seems like. And the food quality is outstanding.
Say, is it good?
They got great variety. I mean, you can go up there and you typically go to restaurants because you like certain things.
Yeah.
You'll like 9 things up there at the club because they just have a great menu.
Really?
And plus, they're going to have, I say this a little bit quietly, but for the first time in 96 years, we have a liquor license.
Yeah.
So we will be serving beer and alcohol and what have you. So as long as it's taken in moderation,
right?
But it's available.
Yeah.
And we have a new bar that's being put in as we speak. It'll have a 10 tap on there. And
I saw it. Yeah. That's cool.
It'll be Big Lug beer products, and Big Lug is brewed by Sam's, so it's within the family.
Yep.
And it's great. And they'll have a beer, if you like to drink beer, that you're used to drinking, that will taste very similar to what they actually brew. Huh. So it will be Big Lug products.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to ask you about that, but I didn't know if it was quite out. So
no, that's okay. But the people will, there's going to be I think it's a 6 or 8 stool bar. There's going to be 24 seats in the bar area. There's going to be more seats in just outside the wall of the bar. Then we have a side room that's going to have seating for probably 48. Plus, you have the big great room. So there's going to be plenty of seating.
Is there outdoor seating out there? I didn't.
There will be.
Yeah.
There is actually now, Brandon, but we're going to put a covered structure.
Is that where the grill
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I saw that.
There's a patio that will have new furniture. We'll have the covered structure. It will have kind of seating under the cover, seating outside the cover if you want to be out in the sun. Yeah. And it'll be like on a Friday evening with the sun just right, the temperature right, looking out the golf course.
It'll be perfect.
That's where I want to be, type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having a little brisket of beef and a cold beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Life's pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm excited too because he's gonna kill me if he sees it. Simon, right?
Simon.
Yeah.
Yep, Simon.
I met Simon and talking to him, I'm excited to get other people involved here too.
Sure.
They're going to be like directly involved in the cooking and the actual restaurant part of that.
Yes.
I think that's going to be a big thing.
Well, they brought Wilden Pineda up tonight. Wilden is their executive chef for all of Sam's Catering.
Oh, okay.
And first of all, he's just a great guy. And secondly, he does wonderfully with preparing the food. And then Simon is their director of operations. And then Ed Sam, who you'll see from time to time. And we'll do another kickoff event. And Ed he's the originator and founder of Sam's. And like I said before, a good friend, but just a good guy. And he's very keen on product. He wants it to be outstanding. Smart guy. I'm just proud to know Ed. He just does a very nice job with his company. And he's a big part of our company now too. Like I said, we're doing this now as a partner for the 3rd time. And so it's a lot of, but it begins with, we can, as I said before, we can say whatever we want to say, but at the end of the day, the food's got to be good.
Yeah.
And the service has to be good too.
Yeah.
And so we're really focused on that. So those 30 people that were up there tonight in that meeting, it's all about them providing good service to you and up to Sam's to provide good food. So, don't forget golf too.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a doubt in my mind on that. I think that, I think that that'll definitely be really good for the community. Just, like I say, something new.
Sure, absolutely.
Definitely something new.
New energy.
Absolutely. And let's see, I got another one here. Someone asked about the driving range.
Yep. Practice range will be, we got new range balls. We'll have new targets. We'll have new accessories up there with bag stands and ball washers. We're going to create a whole new look on the practice range. It'll be an active place, especially with the membership activity. But it's got to be a focal point, Brand, because it's a source of revenue too. And we can't overlook the fact that this is a business.
Right.
We want people to come out and have fun and play golf and eat and drink.
Still got to make a living.
You do, and it's a business, and we got to run it like a business. We got to be smart, and the practice range is a part of that. And so that experience has to be positive. So the range balls, the quality of the ball, the quality of the look of the range, the turf you're hitting off of, all needs to be good. And
there's a lot involved in that.
There is, more so than most people realize.
For sure, I wouldn't.
Who would have thunk, right?
Right, yeah, I would. Yeah, just go out there and I just blast some of them out.
There goes a big old chunk of turf. Oh, it'll grow back. Don't worry about that. Yeah,
just put that back. Just tamp it down with the end of the handle.
Yes,
it's fun.
Yeah, so it's all part of it.
Man, I don't. It's so good, and right now it's coming at such a good time. I think
I do too.
for Attica, you know, and I couldn't be happier with so much stuff that's going on. A lot of people have been asking me about the HGTV thing, if they're coming to Attica, if they have a chance, you know, and I did find. I can't say a whole lot about this, but I found a few other videos of some other towns that have contributed, and I know for a fact that Attica is at least on the radar. It's about all I can say. But I know that they're on the radar, and the other towns that I've seen there, if I was picking and not, you know, just completely objective, I think Attica does have a good shot. I don't know if they'll get it or not, but I mean, I'm just thinking that best case scenario that happens, what you guys are doing right now,
my gosh,
that, I mean, it would flip the town upside
well
down.
You know, and with the redevelopment too, with all the new focus on maybe some additional housing, different, the business, downtown business activity, there's really a lot of stuff being discussed on the table right now. And that usually, when you start talking about it and you get people who are serious and interested and committed, things start to happen, and so things will happen.
Definitely. That's one thing that I've learned over the last few years. If you start thinking about things, something will happen. And
it's, you know, they've got good people addressing it, and people realize that there's some things that need to change. And because, you know, when you think about small town Indiana or small town America, you know, if you don't have some forward thinking, you know, at some point in time everybody gets old and it kind of goes away.
Pass you by.
Yeah, it does. And so now you got some youth coming to Attica, you got some activity coming to Attica, and it's going to bring up this next generation. And it's going to lead to this sustainability of Attica. It was really where we are.
Right.
And, you know, and we worked in a lot of small town Indiana communities, and you kind of look and you think, boy, I wonder what it's going to be like in 50 years.
Yeah,
you know,
I think about that.
But now, you know, with things that are being created, you know, the sustainability is looking a lot better than it probably was a couple years ago, quite frankly.
Yeah, I would totally agree on that.
Good.
And one thing too that I think is to be at least thought of is the way that people are going to be working. You know, I mean, it's now things are kind of shifting to the point to where a lot of people won't have to go to a 9-to-5, an office space or whatever. They can work from home. And so I think that will bring,
that's true,
you know, a lot of people that were moving to the city for a job. You're always going to have that.
Sure.
But
I understand that.
It might bring people back home to their family, their friends, or where, you know, just maybe a little more comfortable or even cheaper lifestyle.
Sure. Well, you know, we were up there talking today to a gentleman that actually moved from the Champaign-Urbana area. He moved to Attica to retire.
Really?
He liked the quality of life.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was good affordability and good quality of life. And so he loves what's happening at the golf course because he likes to play golf.
He's probably stoked about
he
that.
is. He thinks this is the greatest. And then with the restaurant and all, so all of a sudden his move looks like a pretty smart move.
Right.
Because he moved to Attica because of all that. So anyway, so it's I think it's all going in the good direction.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I couldn't be happier. And I mean, even, you know, just seeing you guys give back too as well, you know, with, like, you're not hiring in a bunch of people from maybe somewhere a little more familiar or somewhere bigger. You're bringing in local people. I think that's really important, and definitely to be noted.
And like I said, you know, bringing in 30 new people from around the area, that's meaningful. You know, it's not like the city of Attica is 100,000 people; it's 3,500 or whatever. So you're bringing in 30 new people to work and giving them some employment. You're giving them some, you know, some money to spend in the community, and so it all builds off itself, and just the fact that if we are able to create in the restaurant and the golf a destination, I mean, people can come here from 30 miles away to eat, because the food's that good. I mean, it's just like over there in, what is it, Covington, that has the steakhouse. The people drive distances to come to the steakhouse, or the beef house. Beef house. And so the same thing will apply here, Brandon, is you're going to have people coming from Lafayette, other places within 30, 40 miles, getting off the interstate, coming here to be at Som Smokehouse in Attica.
And I'm excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, heck yes. I mean? And so this will become a destination. So will the golf course. The golf course kind of already is. Yeah. Because you have people coming here because it's so good. I mean, it's a top 10 ranked golf course in Indiana. Yeah. And not a lot of people know that. Right. And so, but now we've had people joining this membership campaign from 30, 40, 50 miles away, because now they can come up here and play golf at a reasonable price. And just the more golfers we have, the more people eating and drinking, as you know, it just breeds success. It just
does. And it'll bring more people for sure.
Yep.
And I mean, just like you said, the golf course definitely is a destination. I mean, even when I was out in Vegas, when I said that I was from Indiana, they knew of the golf course. So I mean, you're talking clear across the country, and somebody knows who it is. That alone speaks for itself. But when you're talking about this restaurant, hands down, people will come for 30 miles away. I'm not kidding. I drive to Lafayette to go eat dinner probably 5 nights a week.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I eat,
well, you need to stop that.
But I mean, I still eat here. I'm like I'm the typical bachelor, man. I eat lunch at Crossroads on the daily of just about, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And then,
the place is always busy.
Yeah. I eat there a lot. And then Pizza King, if I'm not going out, I eat Pizza King religiously, so much so that they sponsor the podcast.
Did they really?
Yeah, I love Pizza King.
Well, you're going to have a new place to go, and then hopefully you'll go up there several times a week. And
absolutely.
The nice thing about it is you'll have some great options.
Yeah, yeah, and that's going to be a big thing. Matt asked, any big tournaments this year that will be hosted there?
That's a good question. I think in due time, Matt, it will be a golf course that they will want to come and participate in events of that nature. We had a nice college event this last year. We'll have the girls sectionals again this coming year, but from an Indiana Golf Association and the Indiana PGA section and things of that nature, we will start to draw those back now, because first of all, we've got the network that reaches those organizations.
Yeah.
We'll have the golf course looking extremely good, which will draw those groups.
Yep.
So there'll be a little bit more of a reason to want to come, I think. And also having the food and beverage with Psalms, and it will now be a package where you also get people that will be coming with groups of 8, groups of 12 that will come over for a day or two, want to play with their group, have dinner there, maybe stay in the area, hopefully stay right here in town. But from an actual, we have a big junior tournament every year that we have that we'll continue to host. So those events are really good. The golf outings that we hope to increase. The good thing, Brandon, about having a golf outing, whether it be a booster club or a charitable event or whatever it might be, you bring in a group of 100, let's say, and a lot of those people may not be from the community, so they see your community, they see your golf course once again, they start speaking nicely about it, but you also charge a fee that where that golf course that day generates good revenue.
Right.
And once again, it's a business, so we got to generate. So we will try to do as many golf outings as we can, and then we will host events that we ultimately feel that are good for the golf course and the community. And if that means bringing in a Indiana PGA section tournament that brings in 75 golf professionals, we'll do that if we think it serves the community and the golf course well. We may have an amateur event that brings in 100 amateurs to the community and to the golf course because we feel that that's good for it. And it drives revenue. So we will be pretty smart about the ones we bring in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and I mean, it's even like you said, it being a destination, it's definitely not. It's not out of the ordinary for Attica. I mean, the Badlands, I've dealt firsthand with them.
There you go.
For years.
There you go.
I mean, and yeah, they have people coming in. There's probably more people that come in from out of state that
I've heard that. I mean, it's big numbers.
Yeah. Now, back when I used to work there, this has been probably 4 or 5 years ago, but every year we would, it was part of the King of the Hammers event is what it was. But it was, so basically what it is it's like a rock racing. It's an Ultra 4 racing event type of deal. And they bring in these big desert cars.
Okay.
They call them cars, but they're fully built race machines.
Are they?
Yeah, they're
cool,
and they're made for the desert and to run fast, and I mean they're incredible. But I mean so they would come to the Badlands as part of their actual circuit that they ran.
Okay.
And so you'd have people coming in from Nevada, from Colorado, from California.
I mean, you have hundreds and hundreds of people, right?
Oh yeah, you'd probably have 100 racers.
Do you?
Yeah, probably.
So
maybe not. I mean, this It'd be close though, I bet.
Okay. Do they stay out there then? They stay in their RVs
I mean,
and stuff?
they'd bring in motorhomes. I mean,
yeah.
like one of these cars, $500,000, and typically
Really?
they have 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
I'll be darned.
But yeah, and so you'd have, I mean, there's a ton of equipment, motorhomes, trailers, I mean, toy haulers, the whole nine.
I've heard that. I got to see it.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
Yeah. So I don't know if they still do that or not, but.
Well, we'll be walking around handing out coupons for golf and Psalms. You know, hey, come on over.
Yeah.
After you get yourself all messed up, come on over and play some golf. Yeah.
Yeah, they're but everybody out there, you know, it's a great group of people, and so for me, being able to see that firsthand for years and experience it and meet the people from out of state, to have somebody say that they're going to do it up here, it's no doubt. No doubt, it'll definitely happen. I'd be surprised if it didn't.
So is the Badlands thing that's been going on a long time?
Yeah. So, oh man, let's see, Troy would have. I want to say that was about 20.
Is that right?
Yeah, 20.
Okay.
9 years ago, maybe.
So would it be reasonable to assume that the restaurant could be potentially impacted positively by that? Would they come up and eat at Psalms?
Oh, absolutely.
Will they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a restaurant there. It's called Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
And they do make really good burgers. Like they have some killer burgers.
So they're catering to that group out there.
Absolutely, yeah. And you know, like the burgers, fries, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And they make incredible food. They're good people that work it. You know, it's a clean environment, and I'm sure that's got to be something that's tough because it's dusty out there.
Yeah, sure.
It's actually clean. It's reasonably priced for being out there, it being like a resort type of thing.
Okay.
So it's, but I think having just options alone,
yeah, sure.
I mean, you know, is going to benefit you. If you have 100 extra people that come there, for sure you're going to get 10.
I would think.
You know,
and maybe a few of them will play golf. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know about that.
They'll tell their friends.
Yeah, but it'll be at least a good way to maybe get the word out, especially if you have, you know, like I always say, if you have a good product and friendly staff, then
they'll find you.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't want to hold you up too long.
No, you're good. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm glad to have you here. I'm going to go through here and make sure there's nothing I missed. Oh, well, they have B's and G's, biscuits and gravy for breakfast. This is a must.
Well, I don't want to speak on behalf of Psalm, so I don't know yet. I know they will have some good. Well, they'll also do brunches, and I don't know how. I'm not sure if they're going to do them once a month or every Sunday. I don't know. They'll do Mother's Day, Easter, and things like that, and those brunches are to die for. And they do all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
So yes, but I don't on a regular basis. I don't know, Brandon. Time will tell, and we'll as we get closer to the opening, we'll start to post menus and things like that, so people will know.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll have a kickoff event, so people will be able to come and taste the food and so I think the breakfast items, which we all love breakfast items.
Yeah.
Breakfast has to be good, and then I think we'll get a pretty good lunch crowd. A lot of it because of the golf. And then the dinner crowd will be, I think, pretty consistent just because the product's so good.
Man, that's good to hear that.
Yeah.
The only thing I would think is I know it's going to be tough trying to keep a restaurant open, especially, you know, like every restaurant, they always say there's the honeymoon phase. You know,
sure.
And then things die off or whatever.
I understand that. Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure you guys have already.
The nice thing about Psalms, they have done a lot of brand new openings.
Yeah.
And they've done some in buildings and places that didn't work previous to them. Yeah. And they came in and made them work. And they're not just here for the short term. They really want to be here. They want to be here forever. I mean, they want this to work.
That's awesome.
I mean, they're putting a lot of time and money and effort into it. And so is the Harrison Steel family bringing them here. And so it's a long-term commitment. The golf management company, you know, we might be here 3 years. We might be here 10 years. I don't know. I'm hoping Psalms will be here when you're 30 years older, you know, and you're still going over there having your 4 nights a week, you know, maybe not a bachelor anymore, but at least going over there 4 nights a week. So
they'll come over there and just pay their light bills.
So anyway, I think it's very long term.
Yeah. Seeing Pam right here. Pam says, on more than one occasion, I've driven over an hour to get quality smoked meat. Stoked to have a quality place coming to Attica.
That's neat. Well, looking forward to having her. She'll love it.
And I really hope that this gives you the publicity that it can, and you know, it gives you a real jump start. I know a ton of people that watch and listen to this are local.
Good.
And
awesome.
Look, if you are watching or listening and you're lucky enough to be in or near Attica, hit these guys up, because I have no doubt that it's going to be good. Well, it's going to be good food.
We appreciate it, Brandon. We're looking forward to a fun year, and it's off to a good start. And I know that I think the golf and the food and beverage will both be very active. We're just kind of excited to be a part of something that's potentially going to be so good, and we appreciate the fact that the Harrison Steel family had the confidence in us to bring us here.
Yeah.
And we're really anxious. It's what we do. It's what we love. It's our passion. And if this can be a really good year and lead to better years down the road, we're just thrilled to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it.
Well, I'm looking forward to working with you guys. Sounds like potential sponsor on the.
Heck yeah, we'll take care of that for sure. We appreciate you having us on.
Oh yeah, and I'm just I'll be excited if I can really help push and get more people there.
Heck yeah, we need to get that drone up there. That's right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, hey, I'll wrap this thing up.
Good.
I don't want to hold you up too long. I'm super thankful to have you here. In the meantime, I'd like to thank the current sponsors I've got. So we've got Warren County Creations to make cool things like that gator head right over there. That's yeah, that's all welded metal and and rod. Cool. They make all kinds of stuff like that. Poston Farms, thank you guys so much for all the help that you have. Delta Welding, great. I mean, you saw the commercial.
They're fantastic.
They're a great company, and they're very family oriented and just a good group of people you can always call and count on.
That's cool.
And Logan Leaf, which is not local actually, but they do offer quality CBD.
There you go.
This right here, quality CBD. Really, just about anything. Honestly, they have dog treats and oils and everything. But
if you're a golfer, you need that stuff.
Man, these guys are awesome. Yeah, have you ever taken it or anything?
We have, sure.
Man, it really helps. It helps for a ton of different things.
Sure does.
There for a little while, there's the stigma around it, of, oh, no, it's CBD. I
think that's going away.
Yeah, and it really, now it seems like there's so many people that carry it, and the knowledge is really out there. It's good to see it, really come to. And if you guys go to loganleaf.com, you can use the promo code Brandon. It'll get you 15% off your orders.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, they're a great group of folks, too. And they're actually a pretty small business, and I'm happy to be with them. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Brandon.
I really appreciate it.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll do something. We'll do something again too as soon as you guys get opened up.
And we'll get Psalms over here with you, and let Ed. You'd get really a good kick out of Ed. He's a lot of fun, and maybe Simon, but they're great people.
Yeah, I like Simon. He was a good guy to talk to.
Yeah.
I like talking to him.
He's got that British accent, so he sounds really smart.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he sounded a lot smarter than me. He's asking me questions. I thought, yeah, it's just kind of like a little talk show over here.
Yeah, they're good folks. You need to get them over here.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'll wrap this thing up, man. Thank everybody that's watching. If you are watching this will be available on YouTube. I'm trying to build up the my subscriber count. I'm actually this close to getting monetized through YouTube. Yeah, so if you guys can, go subscribe. The new HGTV videos uploaded on there as well. And I got the links fixed in the description. A lot of people told me, hey, your links aren't working to go listen to this, but now they are. So if you click them, you can go and listen to this on the podcast app and on Spotify and Stitcher. And it looks like we'll be joining, I believe, I'll have to actually check my calendar. People have been canceling on me lately. It's got everything all mixed up. But I'm still a go for this Thursday. We will resume the show. And hey, thank you again for coming out, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Brandon.
Absolutely.
Great to be here.
See y'all soon.